I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for Happy Hour. It's the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I am Matt Fox.
Matt, we're having a party. It's
it's Thursday.
There's snacks involved.
We had dinner.
There's beverages.
We got
it's
good
just
friends,
like a party. Throwing a pony ride and this is blowing away.
Rolling around town like like Iron Man.
My fifth.
That's
birthday.
right.
Yeah, honestly.
We have been rolling around town like Iron Man, let me tell you.
So, but Matt, we got a guest with us.
We do. And here's the thing. So those of you that listen to the podcast, we've been doing this now 100 and some episodes.
Yeah.
And we love it when we interact with people, with our listeners.
Yeah.
And there's a particular gentleman that I have been friends with for a few years now, and he does listen to the podcast, and he does comment, and he does get involved, and he asks the ambassadors questions, and we're here to celebrate listeners, and we're here to celebrate Sean Detterman. Sean, welcome to the Man Cave.
Thank
Happy
you.
Hour.
Yeah, it's I'm excited.
It's so much fun because when you pop in, I'm like, oh, Sean's here. But now that you're here, I'm like, oh, Sean's here.
Yeah, it's actually here in person instead of over the net. So,
right.
Yeah.
And you were telling someone earlier that when you are watching, because you typically watch on Facebook when we record live, but you're telling it's right around bath time.
Yeah,
right, for the kids. Because how many children do you have?
So we've got my wife and I have 5 kids.
Oh wow.
We've got it's a big age range, let me tell you. So we've got the oldest is 17. We've got our oldest daughter's 14, 8-year-old, 5 and 4. So
your hands are full.
So hands are full,
Yeah.
and normally
and you're gonna work till you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. That's that is what is gonna happen. You see those people that are still out there.
Oh, well, how nice that took his grandkids out.
Look at that. Oh, is that your grandchild? No, it's mine.
No, that's mine. That is mine. But yeah, just right around that period when the Man Cave comes on, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my phone, looking over, see what's going on, and then then sometimes my wife is just like, okay, you can get off of that now. You need to start helping out. But
I lost one in the suds. Give me a hand here.
No, so we wanted to invite you in, because we always tell folks, if you're ever in town, sit down with us, have a conversation, have a dram with us. And now that has come to fruition, we have our first listener to sit down with us.
That's it. And we got a pour. We're going to talwant about what we're going to try. We're going to do just a taste. You guys picked up a bottle. You brought that in here.
We did. We stopped by
But before we do that, we want to just thank people.
Yes.
Like Sean, the people that are listening, to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for hanging out with us. We truly, if you're doing podcast stuff, do that podcast stuff and like and subscribe. Leave a comment, tell a couple friends. We appreciate it.
Please.
And before we get into the bourbon as well, because it is a bourbon, which is making me happy. Sean, tell me about your childhood.
About my childhood? Okay. Well, we're gonna need another bottle for that one.
I just wanted to say that because it's almost expected. But so you're a fan of bourbons and whiskeys. What was the advent of that for you? Was it a rough time in 5th grade? No. So when did you become a fan or aficionado of bourbons and whiskeys? And this could end up being like a 5th grade story.
Oh my goodness! So it would have been.
Did you write your essay before you came in?
Yeah,
that's a negative. That is a negative. So it would have been senior year.
Oh,
so my senior year in
college.
high school. No, this would have been high school.
Oh, okay.
Again, like I talked about before, we're out in the middle of no man's land. There's really not a lot to do. But senior year in college. Now you got me started talking.
Well, I'm trying to help out here.
Yeah, sure you are. It's senior year in high school. Was trying some different beers that were out there. There's really not much. You could always have that cheap beer. Normally it's either. At the time it was like Keystone Light is what the best type was.
Natty.
Is that a twofer?
And then you had, and then you went straight to Natty, and then of course you get the taste bud of Bud Light and so forth. But it really didn't do anything for me. And the other thing was I didn't really like how it made me feel the next day.
Oh yeah.
A little bloated,
Just a
maybe?
little bloated. I
Sugars
just
and-
didn't like it. And a buddy of mine actually, he had a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Ah.
That's really
Huh.
what got me. On
That's
that
where it
shit.
starts.
Yes,
All right.
that is where it
That's
starts.
Where it starts.
And had a bottle of Jack. I had just a shot of that, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah.
It was just going down there, and I'll say that, you know, since growing up and getting out of college, having a family,
Yeah.
you know, I've been drinking a little bit more. No, I'm totally joking. No, I'm not. But
Differently, drinking
just
different.
drinking a little bit differently, trying to
Yeah.
experiment outside of the Jack Daniels, because that's always been my go-to.
Right.
You are a Jack Daniels fan.
Yes, I am. I really am. But I mean, like, for instance, you know, when I first originally met Matt, you know, finding out that he loved different whiskeys, different bourbons, and he's
Yeah.
always been like, hey, go try this. Well, this last Christmas, I'm like, hey, give me some different ones
to
that I can
try.
try.
I felt so important for a second.
Yeah.
So I said, give me some different things to try. And that was some things that I had gave my wife. And of course, you know, for Christmas, they all know it's hard to buy for dad, because normally when I want something, I'll just go out and
Get it.
get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they won.
You get some socks and you get some socks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was, hey, we're just going to get you a different bottle of whiskey this year.
Hey,
So here a couple.
y'all gonna need a step stool to get to the ones I want,
That's just- yeah,
because they
exactly.
are up there.
I got
That
one to
is-
pick out at Keiko's.
Yeah, I will not $5,000.
Oh, they got-
Oh yeah.
There's a couple pricey bottles, and they don't overprice things. They're not.
I mean, that
They're
when
not
I
gouging.
saw what age that was, how
Yeah.
long that aged for, I'm like, that thing is as old as me.
Yeah, it's like
come
they
on,
got
this
some
is
like
a little
40, 45-year-old
Yeah,
bottles
yeah.
in there.
It was
It's,
nuts.
yeah.
But yeah, so was able to get some different whiskeys, a different bourbon this year.
So you said you were a fan of Jack. Have you
Yeah.
done like the barrel proofs? Because those are like newer, like in the last like 4 years. Jack Daniels has like come out, and it's really commonplace to see them
Mhm.
with like the barrel proofs at even like at your grocery stores.
Mhm.
And then the Sinatra Select is like probably
There-
3-4 years old.
Uh-huh.
Have you tried those? Do you like those
Yes.
comparatively as the regular Jack?
So I was, when we were, what was that place called again?
Keiko's.
Keiko's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keiko's. Great guys in there, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Joe and
they're-
Giovanni.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are very friendly. Really, I mean, honestly, they know their stuff,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
I thought was pretty cool. You don't normally see that when you go into a liquor store. It's just like, what can I help you out with?
Yeah.
You know, giving us that whole.
They usually
lowdown
just
on what
follow
we
me
got.
around the
Yeah.
store.
Well, I walked in and said, fellas, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh my God, you're back. I was
Yeah.
just there earlier. Like,
Yeah,
last week.
exactly. And that's why I was like, oh, this is your second time around. What are you doing here, man?
Norm.
But the iterations of Jack, you
Yeah.
like?
Yes. So, you know, what I think I love the most about them is that, you know, I've had each one.
Mhm.
When we went in, I specifically was asking, hey, do you have the Frank Sinatra edition?
Right.
I've had that. I just love how smooth it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, when Giovanni was just like, well, it's just a higher proof of Jack.
Mhm.
And I'm like thinking, I don't really care. I mean, it's still
It's actually,
good.
it's not. There's more to it than that.
Well, and Matt's told me a little bit about, you know,
The scoring,
the
yeah.
scoring
Yeah,
of
the
it.
barrel itself, is,
Right.
Yeah, and so there's more surface area.
Mhm.
But I just the smoothness of it.
Yes.
But you just can't find it because I did find out they don't make it anymore.
Oh, really?
They're not.
Nope, they're not making it
They are
anymore.
not making the Frank
No
Sinatra edition.
longer.
Yeah. So
Really?
so anything that is currently out there is
Oh,
Whatever.
I mean, is it?
If you find it, that's that unicorn bottle that we
Yeah,
talked
I've,
about.
I've had
you
it
know?
at a few like whiskey tastings,
Mhm.
and then Matthew had one at home.
Right.
Did it-
I got
did it-
I got
did
through
it-
the
did
I
it
got through
down
the
to the-
entire bottle except for one sip,
Yeah,
and that one sip was still there after all the carnage had already happened.
yeah.
So
And that
So-
one sip is
is
now been
So
digested
sipped.
into
It's
hopefully
been sipped.
Sapped.
It's been sapped.
that
So-
sipped has been sapped.
Sapped.
Do you itch it or do you scratch it? No, you itch it.
Yeah.
So, and then when they came out with that single barrel and so forth,
because like Eric Church has a signature one. I have a bottle of that. His first one, the first one that he did.
oh yeah,
Did Selena do that, or was that Jim?
Uh,
Selena Gomez. I think she had made her own bottle. No, it wasn't. It was Ashton Kutcher's wife,
Mila
Mila
Kunis.
Kunis. Did
Yeah.
she do a Jack barrel?
I thought she did Jim Beam.
I think.
Yeah, I thought
Okay,
she was
you're
on
right. That's
Beam,
Jim.
yeah.
She was
My bad.
but Eric
Beam on
Church
that.
has had a, and it was like I think some of the proceeds went to firefighters. But he's done a few iterations since. But I bought the first one as it was coming out the first time he did it, and it's been sitting on the shelf. We haven't cracked it yet. We're waiting to do like a music edition.
Okay,
Right.
And
that'd be
so,
great.
Because we got
Even
New
to
Riff,
have that.
we got the 3-chord, and we got the Eric Church.
Yeah.
So with your Eric, when you got that, I mean, from what I've seen, that's a pretty expensive bottle.
No.
No,
Okay. No,
okay.
it wasn't the Sinatra was
$160.
yeah. No. This one was
In
like
Ohio.
only 40, 45.
Okay, so
it wasn't because a regular bottle of Jack is like 25.
Mhm.
So yeah, this was only upper 30s, mid 40s, something like that.
No, I was telling Matt this today.
We
Jack-
spoke a lot today.
Yeah, we spoke a lot today. That Jack Daniels actually just came out with 2 new bottles.
Oh.
And they're in the $30 range.
Okay.
So it was an alert that popped up. I signed up for their Jack Daniels alerts, knowing they were
Really?
coming up stuff. So
Mr. Diplomat.
yeah, that's right. So so that was getting some of that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, moved on to Maker's Mark. So
Yeah.
when you guys had the ambassador on here,
Yeah,
with,
Greta. We had
Greta
Greta here.
for Maker's Mark, that signed up for an ambassador right then and there, and
They call them diplomats.
diplomats.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
apologize.
Greta's a
Diplomats.
diplomat. We get to be ambassadors.
Ambassadors. So so that was great. So I got my name on a barrel down there.
Yeah.
So when that comes time, we're going to be going down
Will,
there.
will you buy?
So-
Will you go? Yeah. Will you go
yeah,
down and
I
you'll do the
will
pilgrimage
Go,
and
we
get it?
will go down to the pilgrimage. I've already told my wife, and
That's fine.
she actually sent me a Facebook Messenger today. And
Your bride did?
yeah, and it is of the people that are actually down there now,
Okay.
and they were dipping their bottles.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
They were dipping their bottles into the wax
Yeah.
and showing it and so forth. So it was pretty neat to watch. And I when I called her here before we had came over here, I said to her, I'm like, we're doing that. And she's like, I know, that's why I sent it to you.
So there's a fun thing with the dipping of the bottles at Maker's Mark, because they'll dip them and they only dip them so far.
Mm-hmm.
But every so often you'll find a bottle that's been dipped just a little bit more. So if you're out and
It's on the cask strength.
it's on the cast strength bottle.
and they do like one like every other case,
Mhm.
and it's called a shoulder dip.
Yes.
Okay.
When
So-
you dip, I dip, we dip. So
Wow,
this
man,
is
that was
I
nice.
have ours, the Man Cave Makers. Yeah, we signed up for it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta so it's like, and it gives you, it's cool. It comes with this whole big crazy package, and they give you a bunch of business cards
Mhm.
that have the barrel number on it, and it tells you when it'll be mature,
How far
when it started maturing, and then people can use this to order the barrel when it shows up.
Yep.
So that's a hell of marketing.
It is.
It
I mean,
is,
it truly is.
It's brilliant. It's
And they
brilliant.
give you, did you get your Christmas gift this
But
last year?
I did
from that?
not the puzzle.
Yeah.
I did not get the puzzle.
Yeah. I got my puzzle from them. So
But I got the playing cards the year before, and then something the year before that.
so yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed it.
That's one of the episodes we're gonna do. Is membership has its privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four Roses has a nice club too,
Okay.
and they send out some pretty cool swag. So yeah, we were going to talk about this barrel program and that swag.
And that swag.
There's this new thing. It's like ambassador for life.
Really?
with makers.
Huh.
I've been seeing people posting about being an ambassador for life. We got to talk to Greta about
Yeah, we
that
do.
and how we get in on that party train.
She just made a small move within Makers herself.
Yeah.
So she's not doing as much Makers work, but she's still a part of the Makers family.
Sure.
It's just in a much larger capacity now.
Awesome.
So she's making moves herself within the industry. if
Good
you
for
will.
her.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
she
super proud
deserves
of her.
that. I mean, she was
It's a different aspect of it.
Yeah.
she was very knowledgeable when
But, oh yeah.
I was on asking the different questions that I was asking her. So
That
yeah.
was the episode where Greta was in studio at our old Northville studios,
Yeah.
in studio with Jamie, and I, like an asshole, was stuck at home because I couldn't make the drive out there for other reasons. So I went and got myself just a bottle of regular Makers, and
Yeah.
then Jamie's got Greta in the studio, and the studio table was just lined up with Makers this, Makers that, special
Yeah,
Makers
yeah.
that,
Oh my
cast
God.
that. I'm like, I wish I was there.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty.
I wish I was there too.
Well,
but, I mean,
honestly.
this is just unfortunately not able to be everywhere.
So here's the thing. When we get together, when Jamie and I sit down,
Yeah.
we want to try something that we've never done before.
Right.
So when we walked into Keiko's, Joe standing there, he's welcoming us, shaking
Yep.
hands or what have you. And he's like, how you guys doing? What you up to? I'm like, well, we're doing a recording tonight and we're trying something new. Do you have any recommendations? And he's like, well, hold on. Come on. Have you ever tried A, B, and C? And I said, no. So then I got this huge lesson from Joe. And that's why we love going to Keiko's,
Yeah.
because he just does a great job of sharing his knowledge with us. And now we get to try to regurgitate said
You know, we're
knowledge
lucky
ourselves.
because
We
you
really
said
are.
you haven't really encountered store owners like
Yeah.
that.
No.
There's this cat, Evan, up at A&B Liquors.
Yeah.
He's amazing. And then, of course, Tony
Tony
down at the
Batu.
wine garden.
Mhm.
And then, of course, at Keiko's, Joe Keikos and Giovanni
Giovanni,
Keikos. We are super lucky
Mhm.
to have all these like incredibly knowledgeable people around us they're so generous and fair.
Yes.
Mhm.
They're not. I stopped someplace else and I bought some Yezhanuvka. Oh yeah, there's some Yeji on the man cave
As Matt showed me when we were there.
podcast. You're like,
Keiko's,
it's
yeah.
and it's
here.
like, who would the lunatic would actually buy this? And you guys put it back on the shelf, and you walked in the
Exactly.
studio, and I just picked up a bottle. It just
Put it
because
right there.
it's been out of stock. It's been out of stock for a
Yes,
little
it
bit,
has.
and I saw the Yeji. I'm like, I gotta get the real good one. So I love. Oh, but the party store where I had grabbed that, their prices suck. They're like they got Wellers. If you could walk right in there, buy Wellers right now.
For how
But
much,
it's-
Jamie?
It's anywhere from 3 to 6 times over the.
Wow.
You know, it's a $30 bottle. It's a $35 bottle. They got it marked at like 120.
That's
Right.
ridiculous.
And I'm like, oh man,
Why you got to be that way?
why? Yeah, why? You know,
No, that
don't be that guy.
no that
And he goes, and that's why they're on the shelf.
and
Right.
and that makes me then think of, okay, that's $5,000 spirit that's
Yeah.
there at
Keiko's?
Keiko's.
Yeah.
You know, what are they going to mark that up to?
Yeah.
7, 8,
there's-
9?
There's actually cool little app. I mean, well, it's not an app; it's a website. In Michigan, has a website. It's Lara.
Yeah. Lara.org or gov. Lara.gov.
The Liquor
L-A-R-A.
Control Commission.
Yes.
And you can
Lara.
go, Lara. Yeah, it's the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. And you just type in the name, and then it tells you,
Huh.
you know, the minimum shelf price. So like Eagle Rare, right? So he had a bottle of Eagle Rare on the
Okay.
shelf there for $99. Eagle Rare is that's
$25.99.
that's the-
What?
No,
Don't
that's-
tell me it
that's-
says
that's the-
$99.99.
No. That's the 3. No, it was like 16, but that
Oh,
was
wow.
a 3. That was a 350 milliliter. So the 750, the bottle that they had there, the 750, the manufacturer retail is $31.99,
Wow.
and he had it for $99. And it's like,
Come on.
you know, and it's like,
I mean, maybe $50, maybe,
Right.
but I mean, but not
there's
100.
and there's so many other.
Mhm.
Well, there's other party stores they'll sell you things at a reasonable price, and then you know, I guess if you have to have that particular bottle and you want to spend the money, you got the money to spend it,
Right.
because there are people that will, and there are
Mhm.
people that do. I'm not one of those people.
Nope.
I'll shop until I get lucky, and find it at a reasonable price with a reasonable people. So, if it's $5 more overpriced or $10, I'm good with that. You start getting $20, $30 over, and 3 times the price. I'm not loving you so much anymore.
Right. But I think the biggest thing that hit me when I walked into there was, first off, just how he presented himself. I mean, it was not like a normal liquor store where you have jeans, t-shirt, and so forth. I mean, he is. That's his business.
Yeah,
that's what he's there for.
His father owned the place.
We went to U of M Dearborn together. Him and his brother both went to Dearborn, U of M with me.
So I mean, they just
we know some of the same people. It's crazy. It's like we didn't know each other back then, but we know some of the same people. It's funny. It's like, oh my God, you know them? Oh my God. So because we talk more and more now.
But it's great to have to be able to walk into that particular presence, and then when you're asking, hey, we're trying something new this evening, and then he gives you a history lesson on it, and you don't find that. You just don't find that.
Yeah. And like I said, we got 3 really great places that do that. And Matt, what did Joe tell you about the bottle that we have in front of us?
Well, he told me a lot of stuff.
What do we have? We haven't said the names.
No,
the people
we
watching
haven't.
can see it.
Yeah,
but the people listening have not.
Let me just put this in front of you.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna look at the I.W. Harper.
I.W. Harper
this evening. Yes. So,
all right.
And this is something that you have never had.
No,
I have never
not.
had, and Sean has never had.
No, I have
so.
not.
And that's what we do. Just the taste is just to try something we've never done before, learn a little bit about it, because this bottle actually disappeared out of the United States for about 30 years.
Whoa.
And it just came back into the States not too long ago. I would say about
2015.
Yeah, about 7 years ago, it came back into the States after a hiatus.
Don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years. So, but that's the thing about what we do with the Man Cave is to learn this, because I had no idea that this even existed. And that it had not been in the States for 30 plus years.
Right.
And there was a story that Joe had shared with us about why it had disappeared for 30 years. So I'm going to crack this bottle.
Oh, let's hear that pop.
All right. We're going to hear it.
Pop
but
that.
it's the I.W. Harper. It's the Cabernet Case Reserve. Right. So it's finished in Cabernet Sauvignon casks, if you will.
Wow.
So
there it is. Here it goes. There it is. There's a little
There we go.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
So yeah, we're gonna give this a shot because there's a lot that goes on. If you want to give it a pour, I'm gonna start expelling some knowledge, if you will. So this is a straight bourbon finished in the Cab Sauvignon casks themselves, right? Don't be shy, Sean.
I won't be shy.
No. So that's one of the nice things about, and I'm getting a lot of this information from breakingbourbon.com.
Okay.
That's where a lot of this is coming from. So
fair enough.
One of the things that we always look for is mash bill. Yeah. Unfortunately, the mash bill on this is undisclosed. So we cannot find the mash bill for this at any point in time, but it's got a beautiful honeycombish bronze color to it. If you're looking at it.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful looking color. It really is.
Right.
And as far as MSRP goes, I walked out of Caicos this afternoon under $60.
Okay.
Right. So we talk about, how much would you spend on a bottle of bourbon or what have you. And,
okay.
And we typically we're around 75. If it's more than 75, it's it's got to be for something super important. Right. But anything under that is fairly priced, in our world for our pocketbooks. Right. So the I.W. Harper has actually existed. It's been in existence since 1872.
Right.
It's been around for a while.
Yes.
And it was launched by Isaac Wolf. Brenheim. Yes. Isaac Wolf, I.W., right? Bernheim. So that's where the I.W. comes from, and the I.W. Harper. So, but the brand is actually now owned by Diageo. And Diageo, Diageo, Diageo.
Yeah.
And I see Jamie's doing some research over there right now. So, but the brand actually expanded its reach internationally, and for a period of 30 years was not sold in the U.S. The reason why it was not in the U.S. is because the brand was actually going out of business, and it was salvaged, and the owners were told you should probably look at just selling in Japan, because the way the bottle looked and the taste of it was more geared for the Japanese palate, if you will.
Okay.
So that's why they decided to take it overseas and left the United States, because it was just not popular. It wasn't getting enough legs, but it's got some amazing legs on it already.
Yeah, it does.
Just looking at the glass.
Mhm.
So they really focused on the international market, the European market, if you will. But it was brought back into the United States in 2015, as you had
Yes.
stated
Yep,
earlier, right?
2015.
So, but it's got that finish in the cab cask, and I see you already dove in, Jamie.
Oh,
Did you
I'm
dive
sorry.
in? Did you dive in?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, because it smelled that good.
He's been smelling it. And smelling
you know what
Well,
this-
I'm a
I
little
gotta
stuffed
get
up
there.
actually, so I
Okay.
needed the taste to
So you-
help break the barrier.
So
there.
go back into your memory banks and
Uh-huh.
think about the first time you had the Basil Hayden dark rye.
Mhm.
Right. That's when I nose it. That's what I get. It's
Oh.
kind of like that dark Basil Hayden dark rye. So I already know it's going to have that really nice, rich flavor to it, just from the nose itself. But on that nose, it's more of that dark cherryish, if you will,
Yeah.
like a dark fruit
Okay.
on it. I know you're stuffed up a little bit, so
It's
it should help you.
it's again it's a little leathery for me because I'm dealing with diminished
summer colds are fun.
diminished
And-
diminished capability. I found a mash bill though. You'll be surprised.
Really?
You'll be surprised.
See, and breakingbourbon.com did not have the mash bill. So what did you find? Where'd you find it?
In your sexy voice.
In your
Mhm.
sexy voice, give us the mash bill.
I found it at the Whiskey Wash and at distiller.com.
Well, then I'm going to stop using bourbon.
Both of these are coming in with a mash bill. What do you think the corn is, right? Because it's a bourbon.
Yes.
So it has to be at least 51%
Yep.
to be bourbon. What do you think the corn is on this?
I'm going to say probably at 51%.
73.
Holy
Wow.
shnikes.
Yeah. 18% rye. And that's where I think your Basil Hayden is, your Basil Hayden
The dark
throwback
rye,
is coming
yeah.
back, is at 18% rye. So 73% corn, 18% rye, and then 9% malted barley.
Ah, very nice.
You like how I finished with that? A malted
Malted
barley.
barley.
Wow, it's like you're a pro at this.
There we go.
So, and it's aged. It's a blend. It's a blend of whiskeys that are aged anywhere from 4 to 20 years.
Right.
So there you go.
So yeah, there's no age statement on the bottle itself. It's something be 4 years or 7 years or 8 years.
They were able to produce through Prohibition because they were considered a prescription whiskey.
That's fantastic.
Hey doc, it hurts when I do this. Stop doing this and have some whiskey. I need that doctor again.
So then that makes me wonder then if it was used as a prescription whiskey, was it still in the same bottle
Mhm.
or was it in one of those smaller bottles, as you could see? Because you'd have,
Like a snifter.
yeah. So, but as we saw in a picture before, the bottle was never this boxed. It was always in more of a circular bottle.
Mhm.
Right.
That was
So-
the original bottle.
The original bottle was more of in a circular bottle, and this the square bottle was more of the Japan style.
Right.
And
Right,
that's
right,
and
right.
they kept it that way.
And that's the thing is because a lot of I didn't know if again, it might be for shipping. You
So
want every square inch,
Sure.
or a lot of the Japanese whiskeys are in square bottles. So are they mimicking those,
Mhm.
or were the Japanese bottles mimicking these? Because this became very, very popular. This is kind of the go-to in Japan for a
Yeah.
while there.
Right. And
So-
a lot of folks were asking about, the profile of I.W. Harper on the bottle itself.
Right.
And they're like, did you take that from Jim Beam? Like, well, no, we originally
Jim-
did that profile.
Johnny Walker, you mean? Maybe?
Johnny Walker?
Johnny Walker.
Yeah, it was Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
See, I'm just getting all my stuff
All
all
right.
mixed
I
up.
was going to say
Yeah,
Jim
yeah.
Beam never did that.
Like,
Did a
listen, Mr.
Yeah, but
Mr.
the-
Keiko's threw a lot of
the little-
information
Yeah,
at me
he
in a short
did.
period of time.
But the
That he
bottle,
did.
yeah, on the bottle, there's like the Johnny Walker has the striding,
Yeah.
Johnny. I don't think it's a striding Johnny.
No.
But it's the striding man. It's a striding
That's
man.
funny.
And so this guy's dressed similarly with the walking stick under his arm, but kind of tipping his hat, kind of leaned forward
Mhm.
and tipping his hat. It's reminiscent of the striding man. Yeah, but and then there's the striding Jane.
That's right.
I have
Right.
not had the Jane Walker Scotch.
Neither have I.
I haven't either.
So I just do you like scotches? Are you just bourbons and whiskeys?
I have not really got much into Scotch. It's just
Yeah.
been the bourbons and whiskeys is what I've really stuck to.
I get in trouble.
What happens when you
I-
drink Scotch, Jamie?
I make poor choices.
And then what
Um,
happens, Jamie?
No, that's tequila makes my pants fall off.
Okay,
But
there we go.
But
It's a party now.
Yeah. No, but yeah, the just whatever scotch. It's like sometimes I get cantankerous. Sometimes
Just chill.
Yeah, it's just there's no chill with me once the scotch starts percolating. I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you, 15 Jack and Cokes will create another child. That happened. So, but
That's a lot of Jack and Cokes. Man.
Yeah, back in the day, I could put them down.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how I did it, but it happened.
Your liver knows.
My liver does know.
Yes.
So
Now that I've had 2 or 3 sips, I've kind of broken through.
Okay.
Very vanilla, very
It sits on the back of your palate.
yeah,
it does.
up in the roof. Is it? Yeah, it's not normally where the vanilla hits for me, but it's definitely the bourbon vanilla profile in there.
I will say it is smooth.
Mhm.
It does have a smooth.
It's not. It doesn't have that immense bite like
No.
a lot of whiskeys have. A lot of bourbons
Well,
have.
we're coming in at what 41,
90 proof, so 45%. Yeah,
45.
but it doesn't have that incredible bite.
Right.
And that's one of the other things that Joe had said was like people don't they think it's too of that smooth feel,
right.
because it doesn't have that immediate bite on the front end. It just sits for me, it's just sitting on the back of my palate and the back of my throat, and it's coating the back of my throat.
Mhm.
That's why you look at the legs on the glass. How long is it going to stick into my palate?
Well, here's another oddity of this bottle itself. That's because this is a store pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
this is a Keiko's store? Is it? No,
it is
Oh,
not.
I thought they had a store pick.
Not of that. No.
Oh, okay.
This
So
is
this
straight.
is just the
That was
all right.
straight on the shelf.
Oh, okay, fair
and
enough.
He took us right to it.
Yep.
All
I
right.
mean, when we were,
I thought he had
talking about
I thought he had a store pick of the I.W. Okay, no, yeah, there's no little
it,
sticker.
that would
no
be
little...
That would be his pick.
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah,
put it
yeah.
that way.
He
That's
picked
his-
this for us to try tonight.
Tonight.
right.
Now, what did he say? He said this was smoother than, I forget what other
Compared it to
brand.
something.
Yeah, he compared it to something, and I can't
He
remember.
compared it to Four Roses.
Four Roses.
Four Roses?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He said this was Roses.
What's the MSRP on this bad boy?
Well, the MSRP that I paid for it this evening, it says 50. BreakingBourbon.com MSRP is at $50,
Okay.
and I walked out with this bottle for under 60.
All right. So yeah, every state is different taxes,
Yeah.
different. They got to fix the damn roads. So
That's right.
tax my booze. Thanks a lot, government people.
Now, one thing I did
Get
not
your
know,
hands off my booze.
I went to when I was at Walmart last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had picked up a pop, and I did not realize it charged me another 10 cents
Yes.
for the pop.
Yes.
Mhm.
What's that all about?
That is.
Well, if you're calling it pop, you should know that. That's a Michigan thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm from the great state of Ohio.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
well, here's the thought process. There is a bottle deposit that you pay when you purchase said bottle of pop.
So you could collect all those cans at home,
and get 10
and
cents
then
for each one.
bring them up here. You're sitting on a pile of gold, man. It's it's a Seinfeld episode.
yeah.
Really, it's like Kramer.
Pile of nothing is really what it's coming out to be.
Well, a lot of folks will use that. Hey, I'm giving back. I'm not hurting the earth, because they'll
Yeah.
recycle the aluminum or the plastic.
and it's
Sure.
oh
Yeah.
don't even get me started.
If
with
you get a-
recycling
and if you get a fire hot enough, you can just melt it down.
yeah,
Yes, you can. And you can spend about 30 minutes in front of a bottle returner, getting your fingers all sticky as you're
That too.
after a big party. Who knows what's inside the cans after that. So
I see. It's funny. Breaking Bourbon, an article from 2015 has the mash bill in it.
well, then my phone sucks.
Yeah.
It's just what it
It's all
is.
right.
I could have
just-
told you that.
Well, shut up. Gosh. So I'm actually going back to, I actually found bourbonproxy.com and their nose on this. And Jamie, you said it earlier because I know you said your
said
little
it was
stuff.
leathery.
Yeah.
Fermented.
They're saying on the nose, it's got caramel. Caramel?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Caramel.
Okay. Caramel. It's you're from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio. That's where I'm from.
No, but they're saying leather as well. On
Really?
their nose, yeah, on Bourbon Proxy, which is kind of interesting that Jamie went there. So that's one of the things that we've actually learned as we've done the Man Cave, doing just a taste. We're able to find more, nose notes, not just taste notes, but nose notes, because your palate gets adjusted that much quicker.
Right.
That's why you talk to these people. Oh, and Jamie will say, "Oh, I smell pencil shavings."
Yeah.
Like, do you? Do you really? Do you?
Did you really?
So
Did you really taste
what
pencil?
the regular I.W. Harper is only like $35. This is the Cabernet cask finish, and it comes in a little pricier, at just over 50.
Right.
So
that's why I walked out of for under 60.
Yeah, taxes and all that shenanigans. Yeah. So that's about it's $1 or $2 more than absolute state minimum.
Correct.
And,
so, but I'm enjoying this.
I am too.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's
so it's and I think that's why he steered you towards the Cabernet cask. I think it adds to it absolutely adds pleasantly to the profile.
Absolutely does. And I say, if you've ever had that the Basil Hayden dark rye, this is definitely on the nose is very reminiscent of that. So then the dark rye is one of my go-tos when I have it around. So
I had what did I had? I had the Tullamore Dew finished in Caribbean rum casks.
Yes.
I didn't like it.
Was it because of the rum finish or?
I don't know. And so I was like, oh crap. Cause I was like, I like, Irish boy. I like the Irish whiskeys. I was excited about this finish on it. And I had it and I'm like, but there's so many things about, what did you eat? And, how did you just brush your teeth? Did
you eat a whole grapefruit or a whole orange?
Right.
Exactly.
So, what did you eat? When did you eat it? What else you drink? Is it, is it on ice? Is it neat? And we tried this neat initially here,
and that's typical.
But we like doing that. But then so I set that Tullamore Dew aside, and I was like, damn it, I'll use that for a mixer. And so I pulled it out, and I'm like, it was like a month or two later, and I was like, let's give it another run for its money. And I think after it was able to breathe a little bit. It was better. Yeah, it was better. I wasn't disappointed. Because I was like, damn mixer. Here's another one on the bar. It's gonna be a mixer. We'll get bourbons. We're like, that's a mixer. So we haven't done that in a little bit either, Matthew. We haven't rated the bourbons. Kill, Marry, Screw.
Kill, Marry, Screw. Have you heard of Kill, Marry, Screw?
I have not.
So it's are you gonna marry it? Are you gonna take it home with you? Kill it. It's dead to me. I will never drink it again. Screw. It's if a friend has it, or it's out and about at a bar, maybe I'll get it.
Or if it's just given to you for free or anything along those lines.
So screw. So marry it. It's you're taking it home. Buying one and taking it home. Kill.
This is the honest part of the Man Cave.
Yeah.
So
I love it,
Matt. You're marrying this one because you bought it.
Yeah, well, I bought it. Well, and, I would actually buy this again if I ran out and I wanted to get it again. I would go out and get it.
I would totally get this. I think I was just trying to think of when we were talking about the different bourbons and whiskeys, of one that hasn't really still caught on with me. Is there was one that I had gotten as a gift, and it's called Old Elk.
Yes, we know of Old Elk,
and I
don't
was,
we?
Oh yeah.
I'm still not a fan of it.
Really?
I
okay.
I cannot get. I just can't wrap my head around it.
I was trying to remember Old Elk. So Old Elk, the story. Here's the story with Old Elk. It's newer. Greg Metz is an icon in the distilling industry right now, and there's this place MGP in that does like mass
distribution
uh,
or mixing.
distilling.
Distilling,
And they make just tons of distillate and for other people to barrel and age on their own. And he was like the master distiller at MGP for years and years and years. And he left and he did Old Elk.
Okay.
And so everybody had like these super high hopes for Old Elk because it was Greg Metz. And he was at Keiko's. I met him at Keiko's. He was there. They did a barrel.
Really?
You just go run on it.
I know. They did a barrel, and so they had Greg in the store. They pulled him out of the walk-in cooler, and they unchained him. No, but so I got to meet him there, and he was telling me about it. But so he was like MGP. People had, and I've heard mixed reviews on it, and that's the thing. It's like drink what you like, and that's why we do these just a taste, because we want to learn from people. We want to find out things, and then discover things that we want to marry and take home with us.
Right.
Well, I will say that I can't drink it straight. That's first and foremost. That Old Elk,
mixer.
I cannot. So yeah, it's been mixed in with a couple of different
Fair enough.
pops and so forth, because you can't let it go to waste.
Sure.
I mean,
no,
you could, but it's just not right.
That'd be silly.
But yeah, it'd be real silly
Yeah.
to do that. But yeah, I mean,
So in the summertime, it's like we'll do like lemonades and just a big old glass of ice and a nice solid splash of bourbon,
Right.
and then a bunch of lemonade.
make a
Lemonade.
slushy.
Ooh,
Lemonade, iced tea.
nice.
Do that that mixture there with the bourbon on top of that. With
Yeah.
that nice big glass.
That's-
And then sit in the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
That actually sounds that's fantastic, right,
Right?
there.
Yeah.
Let's
Have an Arnold Palmer whiskey drink,
fantastic.
then a
Sold.
lager drink, then a
Sold.
vodka drink,
I get knocked out.
Can I get up again?
There you go.
and done. So no, honestly, Jamie, did you rate this yet?
I didn't. It's. I wouldn't kill it. I'm not absolutely sure I'd marry it.
All right, and that's fair.
But again, yeah. So it's not. It's dead to me. I like it, but I don't know. There's so many to try. There's
Did you
so
just get what
many
he
to
just
do.
said there?
There's so
He
many.
said, I like it. It's dead to me, but I like it. I like it.
I like it. Yeah. I won't buy it. Bring it home. I'm dying to get the. We were talking about before we were on the air, talking about doing a movie, a music.
Mhm.
A music episode
Yeah.
and do like Eric Church,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
We were talking about the Eric Church. We have other bottles that we want to do 3-chord,
Yep. Again,
and Bob Dylan's got his Heaven's Door,
Mhm.
Heaven's Gate,
I think
no.
Metallica's got a bottle of themselves.
Blackened, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
So I want to do that, but I want to do a movie themed one too.
We got to do the Guar one too.
and there's
Because
oh, yeah.
Guar's got a bourbon out there too.
Yeah. Well, I think
I
what would
don't.
be
I don't even want to know what Guar tastes like.
is Eric Church coming anytime soon to the area? Because what would be cool is
I
that if you
tried.
could get
Oh,
that,
we went down this aisle.
I so tried.
that would be that would
And that's
be
when I
epic
was
right
that's when
there.
I was working at a station, a cluster of stations that actually had a country station too. I was flexing all my radio muscle to
Yes,
try to
you
get
were.
this done. It didn't happen. It was close. I got a call back, but I didn't get the confirmation. So, but yeah, we got a
Facebook page.
We got
Right.
some. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep going. Well,
Yeah.
Twitter.
I haven't given up on it. I do want to try to get him talking about it.
No, there is just so much.
That's how we ended up with Chris Fletcher.
correct from Jack Daniels.
He's now the master distiller at Jack Daniels. He was the assistant master distiller when we talked to him.
That would have
And
to
he,
have been
he
like
moved up.
that was within the first 20 episodes.
It was.
of
It
the Man
was.
Cave.
So
Yes.
I was like trying my damnedest, and they're like, no, we can't get you Chris, but we can get you the assistant master distiller. And Matt and I are like, well, hell
yeah, why not?
love it. So we had a great time with him.
Mhm.
And then he ended up moving up the food chain, and he's
Yeah.
now the master blaster there.
Yes,
So
Master Blaster.
yeah, but I want to do a movie one too, because a bottle that I'll buy over and over again,
Which
the
is
Old Forester 1920.
Yes,
Um,
and that, like I told you earlier, that's my go-to Old Forester is the Prohibition.
Yeah,
style.
So,
you
but
showed
they
me that.
have a Statesman, which is kind of a nod to the Kingsman movie.
Yes. The
And
newest one
so-
that came out, I believe.
Right. So I want to get the Statesman and try that one out.
Yep. I did see that bottle at Keiko's. the
I do.
Statesman.
I want to
Yep.
give the. I
Yes,
want to
that
give.
was there.
So I want to do a movie one. So
Yeah, man.
John Wick. What's the bourbon from John Wick?
That would be Blanton's. does it?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Tater
Yes.
tots.
Yep.
So we do a little Blanton's. We'll do
Uh-huh.
Statesman, and we got to think of a couple other movie whiskeys.
There's
Not Cool Hand Luke, but there's another. The pool hall one that has Jackie Gleason in it. Paul Newman, Jackie Gleason, and Newman is calling up. I forget what bourbon he's calling up, but I want to get that bourbon. It's kind of a dead brand. But yeah, I want to.
So I almost want to
figure
bring
it
the
out.
Sazerac rye into it as well.
Oh, we got to do but we're not doing the Sazerac rye
'Cause that's a
until
TV
we get the
the jackets.
the
Yes.
Brockmeyer jackets.
Yes.
We're gonna. It's like I got one bottle of Sazerac, and that's the other thing. That store, he's got like a whole crap ton of Sazerac. In the shelf, it's like $29. He's got it priced for like $50. I'm like, you're just a dick.
And you say that out loud.
And I go, I know. And I was, because I walked in the store, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm looking at the prices. I'm like, oh, well, that's why they're here.
Yeah, and it's like, and then all of a sudden you just hear him like, man, you're a dick. Did that just come out of my mouth?
Yeah.
That
I
happened.
please.
So, we were talking about Jack earlier, and I
Mhm.
said they just came out with the two new,
Right.
Mhm,
Two new
mhm,
bottles?
mhm,
new
mhm.
bottles. So they came out with Jack Daniel's Bonded. Is
Is it bonded
what
and bond or just bonded?
It's Bonded.
Okay.
Tennessee whiskey.
Mhm.
It's 100 proof.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that would be the bonded part.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the other one they came out with is a triple mash.
Right.
So yeah, those two, and like I said, and of
In
course,
fancy pants bottles.
yes. So
Fancy.
So based off of this, it's about $30, but
Right.
based off of here, Michigan, where they
Right.
like to just jack up the price on you, you're looking
Yeah.
probably about maybe $80 to $90 on these bottles. I would
Wow.
have to say. So, but yeah, I mean, I am really excited to try those because just to see what they taste like and so forth. So.
I'll try to pull that up on the Lara.
Yeah, it's
there and see
at
how much,
Jack Daniel's bonded in a bottled and bond whiskey.
Yeah.
So we've done a number of episodes about bottled and bond. We just celebrated bottled and bond day last month. And just it can only be 100 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Aged for at least how many years? Do you know? 4. Yeah. So there's just so much that goes into. Well done, Sean. And it's just that you must listen to the show.
I do listen to the show.
But and that's what we want, having you here in studio instead of commenting
Yeah.
on the Facebook Live, but actually getting you to sit down and kind of share some of your knowledge, because everyone's got knowledge.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Right.
So the triple
Go for it.
mash
Go for it, Jamie.
on the Michigan site, Michigan minimum shelf is 48, and then the bonded is $45.99.
Okay,
Ooh,
so that
minimum
must be
price.
just at in Tennessee is
Right.
where
Right.
they're saying it's around $30. But
So yeah.
so I mean that goes right along with the rest of the Jack Daniel's family. It's priced around there, except until you get up into Frank Sinatra or the
Yeah.
Jack Daniel's Gold, which is
Yeah.
that is just a fantastic bottle.
Have you had
that
the gold?
Yes, my wife actually bought that for me for a Christmas gift. As you can see, Christmas is my time of year, and that's my thing.
He's dancing with it like it's a
Yeah,
nutcracker.
right.
When Dad is when he gets
It's
his,
under the mistletoe. I shall kiss it. Give it the kiss.
gets these different liquors. But yeah, I remember when I got that. First thing I did, I took a picture of it, and who did I send it to? My man,
There
right
you
here.
go.
Hey,
So
look what I
he was
got.
like, look what I got.
This is
So,
my haul for Christmas.
yes,
I got
that was,
Makers, I got Jack.
it's always a treat to see what I'm going to be
Yeah.
getting every Christmas. So that's my
Right,
that's
right.
that's good stuff. Right
Sean,
there.
thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That was a good night. Man.
It's been fun. It's
Appreciate you.
good stuff. So
So, all right, and we want to thank everybody else for joining us along the way.
Yeah.
mancavehappyhour.com and just wherever you listen to finer podcasts, wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Correct.
They're
minute.
not sold. It's
Wait a
free.
minute. Change that. Reverse it.
Absolutely
Yes.
free.
Yeah.
Do all those podcasty things. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and tell people
Yes.
We appreciate you. And then we'll do it again very, very soon. Gentlemen,
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.